Hi YouTube. So what I'm going to do here is, as we all know, Smash 6 is coming, it will be coming out, it's just a matter of when, um, not if. So what we're going to do here is, and we all know that Ganondorf for some reason, even though he is like a very unique character to himself, and he could be something really special, but for some reason they've kept his move set for so long. Smash Ultimate did push him in the right direction with the new smash attacks by giving him a sword, but me personally, I think we all agree that he's a little bit more than just a sword fighter. He's probably a little bit more like, in his old games, he had a trident, he's got magic, he's got all these cool aspects about him, but for some reason, they just don't want to show off any of it. So, what we're going to do here today is because it's very likely that we're most likely going to get the same Ganondorf, but in Smash 6. So, I'm going to go through all the moves on how we can maybe potentially make him better. Okay, so what I've done is I've made 5 categories. So the first one is fixes core issues. So this one would be like, okay, what is Gandalf really bad at? Okay, so it could simply be like frame data. He doesn't have, you know, in Smash Ultimate especially, and probably in most games, he can't really deal with overwhelming frame data. So like if he comes against Sheik, he just sort of has to do too much. Like he has to read his opponent, but he's that archetype of character that is just like a lot of reads, hits hard, that sort of thing. And then you can probably think of like his recovery, just his overall running speed, all of that. So all those things that can fix his core issues will go into that one. Huge buff is just like you know any buff in this one. So huge buff and small buff is just like what can just help him out, just make him overall better character. Get creative. So this probably will come to you guys probably know right away. Get creative probably goes with up tilt, Warlock punch. We've seen it all. They clearly not having a neutral B and up tilt really hurts Ganondorf in the meta by having 2 less moves. We need to get creative with it. So maybe instead of like, up tilt is just like, instead of just having how it is, get creative with it where like, it comes out a lot faster and you have the explosion, but it's just not very, as impactful or strong or break shield or something like that. And then stay the same, which is just like, you've got this really good move and why fix it? Okay. So, we've got all his moves down here, or most of his most of his stuff. We don't have his stats, so like obviously, like one buff that I would give him, which would not be in this, is like his double jump. If anyone knows about his double jump, it is god awful, god awful. So yeah, that would help. Okay, so this one, okay, so dash grab will be small, and where's his other grab? Hopefully I can find it. Yeah, just his grabs. Overall, they just need a small buff for such a big character. You think of all the super heavies, they've all got pretty decent grab range. Now you could maybe think like, oh, Ganondorf's got up B, he's got flame choke, so he doesn't need a humongous grab. And yeah, he's got command grabs that helps him, so that's why he has a shorter grab. But then you also think like the reward of going for the grabs, where you don't really get that much off of it. Like, at low percent, it's very, very effective to land a down throw into whatever you need, all that stuff. But it's just, I feel like he just needs a little bit more range for being such a big character that he is. Okay? So yeah, just a small buff, nothing too fancy or anything. Okay, next one is Warlock Punch. Now, this is obviously something that we need to get creative with. So, overall, I think the core move of Warlock Punch, I actually don't mind. I like the fact that if you're pretty much at 0, Ganondorf can kill you if he breaks your shield. So Warlock Punch definitely has a use for him, where it's just like, broke your shield, go to neutral B, you kill anyone at pretty much any percent, no matter where they are. So that's very cool. But if we had to make it better, Probably the best way to do this is probably with like DK's Giant Punch, where you charge it up and then you can just throw it out and you get super armor and it's just really powerful. Because overall, Ganondorf's forward smash is really strong. And then when you charge forward smash and someone's at the ledge, it might kill everyone at 20% at the ledge. So Warlock Punch sort of gets cancelled out in that regard, which is a bit unfortunate. So yeah, so if there's any other way how you could fix Warlock Punch, I'm not 100% sure how you could do it. You could maybe do it like I'm trying to think of Smash 4, because if anyone didn't know, in Smash 4 they gave every special a custom moves. So what they did with one of them was they had one where he did Warlock Punch, but he uses his sword, so it had a lot more range, and if you hit with the tip, it was actually had a tipper, and it was actually fairly strong. And then the other one was like Warlock Thrust, which was just this really quick punch. So yeah, overall, I think just having it storable would make the move reasonable. It would make Ganondorf a little bit more scary, because I'm pretty sure anyone that's first DK, and it's like, you know, as soon as the game says go, DK starts charging his punch, and you're just like, shit, I need to get to him before he has a full punch. It's like Samus charging a charge shot. Anyone that has like a charge thing, you want to try and prevent them from charging it. So if Ganondorf could store a Warlock Punch, that would force people to approach him, in some sense. And if it acted like Giant Punch and it had super armor, imagine doing, Air Choke. Okay, as we know, Ganondorf's in disadvantage, but it's untechable. They do Get Up Attack. You do Warlock Punch, like you do Giant Punch. You tank the Get Up Attack, and then you whack them, and then they die at like 60. Like that would be quite effective to have that super armor attached to it as well. But if we're going to keep it as it is, I think in the air, something needs to happen within the air. I don't understand why when you're in the air and you do Warlock Punch, you have no armor. Like that would be very interesting. Like I know Verm's spoken about this numerous times, where when you're doing Warlock Punch in the air and someone hits you, you get to like cancel it, sort of like how the Ryu and Ken with focus attack, how you can charge it and then you can dash out of it. I think that would be really cool if you're in the air, you're charging up Warlock Punch, and during maybe like the first half of it, you can like dash out of it. Even if it's on the ground, you're just like starting to do Warlock Punch and you can choose to dash out of it. So that would be pretty neat, with keeping the armor and the core mechanic of you die at, I don't know, you know, maybe with that little buff, it kills 5 or 10% later. I don't know, just something to, and that would also help him with his disadvantage state, like it could help him with landing, because if you think of like the Shotos, and they're in the air, they can't really land. They don't really have any like really good protective aerials to just sort of say, respect me, or anything like that. It's not like Joker's gun, or, you know, or they can't really get out. They have to heavily focus on, focus attack. So for Ganondorf, it could maybe work similar to focus attack, where if it's a multi-hit move, he gets hit out of it. But yeah, I don't know. But for me, I think the whole storing thing, that would be really good, because then in between stocks, you can, you know, charge up your Warlock Punch. If someone's camping you, you can charge it up, and they'll force people to more so approach. Okay. Do we go with Whiz Kick? Okay, now this one is weird, so I don't know where to put it. I'm just going to put it into Get Creative. So, Whiz Kick, as we all know, it pretty much functions the same way as like Dash Attack, but it's just a little bit stronger, and it goes a little bit further. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, Whiz Kick's hitbox, absolutely abysmal. Really, really small. So, and also probably everyone in the chat will mention this, is simple fact of it clanks with everything. So something needs to change with that. Maybe they need to get creative in that area. So Whiz Kick will either go into huge buff or get creative, depending on what you want to view it as. So the custom moves in Smash 4 was, I think it was like assault. I think it was like, because it's not actually called whiz kick. It's called wizard foot. So I forget what it was, but it's assault something. And he used to come straight down, and he on the ground, well, in the air, he used to come thundering down, and then um while he's on the ground, he would have a little bit of a build up, and then he would go forward. And I think it had a little bit more power. No one used this one. The one that stood out, and I don't actually remember the name at all, is where Ganondorf used to do a little jump, and then he used to come in at an angle, and it used to have like hardly any lag. It used to have, well, in Smash 4, it had a really big hitbox. It used to cover most of his body. Like, it used to be an anti-air. That's how much disjoint they added to it. So that was actually really cool to it. I think, and then doing that move in the air, he actually went on an angle. I think it lost its spike property, but it would help his recovery game. So you could be in the top corner, and you could fly across, and then save your double jump, and then, and you're also coming down with a hitbox. So that was also really, really cool. So I'm not 100% sure what you could do with it. I think a lot of people would like the fact that when he does whiz kick, it goes through every projectile. Like it's an all or nothing coming through sort of move. So it still hits like a truck. If something's maybe not that ridiculous, he can't tank it. Like maybe like Samus's full on charge shot, or like Lucario's max aura, maybe that could stop him. But it would be really cool if you could read a projectile, and he just flies through it, because then that would really help his core weakness of dealing with projectiles. So whiz kick could be really good, where even if they just make him like intangible or something to like projectiles, and he just comes thundering through, and he hits the opponent and says, "How dare you do this move on me?" So that could be really, really cool. Another thing that you could potentially do with it now, this is obviously the second part of this stream, and the second video that would come out. I don't know if I'm going to do these videos back to back, but we're going to also go through Ganondorf's new movesets and like rank them. So one of them, as we all know, Tears of Kingdom Ganondorf, he uses 4 moves. I'll do another video on this and everything, on what we can expect, because I recently watched and I wrote down every move that Ganondorf does. And in Tears of the Kingdom, which I found really, really cool, is when he has a sphere, he'll do like this super like dash. It's a sort of like a whiz kick actually, and he flies at you, and then when he stops, he leaves gloom behind. So that could be actually really cool if he does whiz kick and he leaves some form of like smoke behind. So then if someone's in it, it could potentially act like Piranha Plant's smoke, where they take slight damage, or it could be like Inkling's roller, where they walk slower, or something like that. So that could be really cool. So then it gives it a different, unique feel to it. Like it would actually be really funny if you could actually, like, if it slows down the opponent, you like do what I do when you're at the edge. Hello, my friend. Shinnok? Hopefully that's how you pronounce your name. Hello, my friend. Appreciate you. Where, know how you can full hop near the ledge and you do aerial whiz kick and you can still make it back? It would be so freaking funny if you could jump, do aerial whiz kick, cover the ledge, so when someone's recovering, you slow them down, so you can 2-frame them better, you can just like, you can stick out your nair better, you could actually get quite creative with it. Even as like a ledge trap, you do a whiz kick ledge cancel, jump back on stage, and it just stays there, and then the opponent has to like get around the smoke and you, or something like that. But I think the main thing whiz kick needs is it just doesn't need to clank with things as much. The fact that it clanks with Ivysaurs and Cloud's neutral B and whatnot, why is that happening? You should be thundering through. So if anything, whiz kick biggest buff will probably be that one. Okay, so back air. Back air just needs a small buff. So if anyone has seen Smash 4 hitbox and Ultimate hitbox, it's very depressing. Like, you even just have to look at just Falcon's back air, because Falcon's back air has huge disjoint. Like, I remember seeing what's his name, that Falcon guy who laps a lot. He had him have Lucario charge Aura Sphere, and he used to back air space it and hit Lucario without getting hit. You can't do that with Ganondorf. because its hitbox is so small. So one, I would make the hitbox maybe not as crazy as Smash 4's hitbox, but just make it so it has more disjoint and make it so the sweet spot is bigger. So one of the biggest things, and this is a lot of Ganondorf's moves, sadly, is he has a sweet spot and a sour spot. And the sour spot is so unbelievably, well, the sweet spot is so unbelievably difficult to get sometimes. That's why he doesn't feel as powerful as he is. Outside of his one move that doesn't have any sour spot, and that's forward smash. It's crazy what you can do when you add sour spots to someone who's meant to be a powerhouse. So even if you just make Ganondorf's fist and forearm the sweet spot, and only his shoulder the sour spot. For me personally, I would just like it if all of Ganondorf's moves is just a thunderous sweet spot. That's what that would be my dream. Is just you do back air or any move that Ganondorf does, and everything is just a sweet spot. Now, if it's a late hitbox, that's sort of different. That should be weaker, like Nair, for instance. So yeah, back air, very simple, just bigger hitbox, make the sweet spot easy to hit. Its frame data is really good, it's really quick, it's really powerful. There's not much wrong with back air. So yeah, it doesn't really need that much. Alright, so now up B. Where does up B go? What do you think, guys? Where would you put up B? Me personally, I like up B. Actually, you know what? I just remembered. Needs a small buff. So the only thing I can think of. Hi, love your content. Thank you very much. Is that Li? Li, Electric Wind God Fist. Thank you very much. How you going, my friend? Hopefully you're having a fine evening. So up B is sort of nearly perfect, I find, for what it is, for what it does. I think it's pretty damn good. It could also be in Get Creative with it, but I'll get into that later. So, for its Smash 4 counterpart, just call me SL. No worries, my friend. And thank you for the comment and being here today. If you guys have anything to add to this, what you think a move needs for Ganondorf to make him better, or what you're excited for to see in Smash 4, let me know, okay? So I find up B is pretty perfect for what it is, because without changing it too much, does it really need more buffs? And I don't think it needs that much buffs to it. I find it, for by itself, like, obviously, I think we can all agree, and I probably should have said this at the start, Ganondorf needs new moves. But for what we have right now, this is what we've got to deal with. Hi, MGJ, just came to watch some guide and wanted to say Ganondorf's recovery is good considering how you use it off ledge, but also as a tool. Thank you very much, Ricardo, is that right? Or I think I might have said that wrong. But yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys, everyone in the chat. But yeah, I wanted to say Ganondorf's recovery is good how you use it off ledge. Ganondorf's recovery is, let's be honest, I wouldn't say it's good. I think it's very below average. But if you ask my opinion, and I think I said this last stream, what I hope for Smash 6, one of the biggest things I want in Smash 6 is to nerf a lot of people's recoveries. Look, if you don't want to fix Ganondorf's recovery, that's fine. Just make everyone else's worse. Because it's a bit unfair that you got 3 really bad recoveries, and then you got, like, average recoveries, and then, like, 80% of the cast has really good, undeniable, you can't verse me off stage sort of stuff. Would love to see Ganondorf floating like he does in Ocarina. I completely agree, my friend. And that was something that I was going to say in Get Creative. So Ganondorf's up B, the only thing that I would buff is just like in Smash 4. And for anyone that hasn't played Smash 4, I'm very sorry, because I am going to reference a lot of Smash 4 when it comes to his specials, because of the custom moves and how the moves also worked. So the buff I would do straight away for up B is that it can grab anyone. So for anyone that doesn't know, in Smash 4, if Pikachu pancaked with Bear, Ganondorf could up B and grab Pikachu. How insane does that sound? Even just like Falcon. Falcon can do that. That's my favourite phrase of make the rest of the recoveries worse. That's it. That's it, my friend. Yeah, just I hate the fact in Ultimate you run up to someone like Yoshi, they shield. The whole purpose of up B is to beat shields, and because he shields and he crouches a little bit, you can't grab him or snake crawling or anything like that. Like that frustrates me. Or if someone lands right in front of you, lands with a really bad move, but because they're like pancaking a little bit, even if it's like Joker landing with back air, how he's like landing on his back, you can't up B out of shield against him. So I would just want that. That would be one of the main things I would want with this move. Now, as for Smash 4 custom moves, the first one was I think he did a little jump and then he used to fly up really high. He used to go a lot further, but no grab box. Which, I don't think anyone used that. I don't think anyone changed Ganondorf's up B in Smash 4. Because I'm trying to think, because we did have custom moves for a little bit. But I don't think anyone used that. It was good, but losing that grab box made him way too vulnerable. So yeah, that one wasn't very good. But there was one where this one's actually really cool. They gave him armor at the start, where he used to like, not like an uppercut, but when he like jumps off the ground, there was a launch hitbox, and then his uppercut used to be way stronger in that custom move, where he used to whack the shit out of people, and it used to kill people. It used to be that would give him like an out of shield option because of the super armor. If you held down at the ledge and they got hit by that move. So obviously the first thing is you're losing the command grab with this. You're losing the command grab, but you gain armor. And one of the funniest things, sort of like what I mentioned with like Giant Punch, is when you did air choke and someone did get up attack, you could actually do up B, tank their get up attack, pop them up and uppercut them, and they could die at like 80, which was really cool. So that move was very creative, but I feel like the command grab factor is probably more important than, especially in Ultimate, because it's such a powerful move now. By running up to someone who's like at, if you have Rage and they're at 90, you can kill them at the ledge, which is really, really cool. So yeah, my main thing, and let me know in the chat if you think up B should have armor or something like that, or uppercut should be stronger. I think it would be nice that maybe not stronger, but the uppercut does more percent. I think that would be really cool, because then more people need to respect, because holding down and you hit the person, you only do 7%. And that's a little depressing because it's Ganondorf. So if it did like more like 12%, people wouldn't want to get hit by that move. And if that move could kill at like maybe 160 or 180 or something, just that little extra would be cool. Now this is where this move gets into get creative. Now you think of Sonic, you think of Game & Watch. They don't go into free fall once they do that up B. Imagine if Ganondorf could do up B. He does the uppercut, and then he goes into his float stance in Ocarina. And then you float about for a little bit, and you can even choose, if you have your double jump, you can then double jump out of your float state, or do an aerial out of your float state. So actually, you know what? Sort of like Duck Hunt Dog. Now how Duck Hunt Dog can do up B, and then as he's falling, you can do an aerial out, or like Olimar, you do an aerial, and then you go into free fall. That would be so cool if you could do up B, go into a float for like a second or something, and then you can double jump out of it, do an aerial out of it, but then you go into free fall. Like, I think that would be really, really cool, and adds a little bit more of a Ganondorf spice to it. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I wasn't here when you talked about Warlock Punch. I was wondering, what were your suggestions? Because I would like to be Byleths, yep, with the instant shield break. Oh, I actually didn't mention that, and that's actually a very good thing. Doing reverse Warlock Punch and someone shields it, it doesn't break shields instantly. I think that's really stupid. But as for Warlock Punch, so in Smash 4, there's 2 customs. So I'll just go over quick. Warlock Thrust, which he just does it faster, but it's a lot weaker. And the second one is he uses his sword and he does like a stab. And the sword tipper would have like a tipper box, which would be, I don't know if it was as strong as the Warlock Punch, but it would be a lot weaker, but if you hit the tipper, it would be really, really strong. So my suggestion is you get armor while you're in the air. And also you can use it as like focus attack. So you charge it up and then you can dash out of it. So while you're in the air and you're landing, someone hits you with one move, you do Warlock Punch, and then you can focus, like, dash out of it, and then you can actually, like, somewhat land with it. I think that would be helpful for him. But, yeah, overall, Warlock or the main one is to store it, actually. Is to actually store it, like Giant Punch, so then you get armor, and then you can get really creative with it. And imagine Ganondorf just having, like, an instant, like, wall, like, that sort of punch, like Donkey Kong. I think that would be really, really good. It wasn't as strong as the original, but yeah, the tip box. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. But yeah, yeah, Warlock Punch, storable. Give him super armor, but don't make it as strong as like how it is now, because that would be really ridiculous. Imagine that if you could have a stored Warlock Punch and you hit someone at 20 and they die. Like that would be a little insane. But yeah, the main reason why I say that with the super armor and storing it is one, it sort of forces people to approach you, sort of like DK when they're charging Warlock Punch or like Samus charging Charge Shot. You sort of feel the need to stop them from charging it, and then if you do aerial flame choke and they do get up attack, you use the armor of the move to tank it and then whack them, and then they die at like 60 across the stage or whatever. So that would be really, really effective. So yeah, but yeah, anyone in the chat, feel free to ask any questions at all, and I will go through it again. Okay, forward throw. All right. Should forward throw be in a huge... You know what? I'm going to say this is a huge buff. Make it a kill throw. Please, make forward throw a kill throw. Like what I was saying with his standard grabs. You grab someone at like 0, you got down throw. Beautiful. But then if you have max rage, down throw's not that great. You grab someone at 50, you don't really get that much out of it. You got to do down throw and then pray they air dodge and then you F smash them. That's not that great. So grabbing overall isn't that fantastic. So I feel like if you could grab someone at the ledge and then do Ganondorf's forward throw, and I'm not saying super strong, but if it could kill at like... Oh yeah, Bowser Jr.'s forward throw? Yeah, that would actually be pretty good. I don't know who has the strongest forward throw. Is it Pitts? Does Pitt have the strongest forward throw? Because I know a lot of people have really strong back throws. But to be a bit different, forward throw killing at like 120... with like no rage would be really, really cool. And let's be honest, forward throw is probably one of the coolest looking throws in the game. He just sucker punches you in the stomach and you should just go launching. And that fits Ganondorf's archetype of like, you know, killing. But for some reason, if Ganondorf grabs you, you're just like, oh, I'm at 150, I'm fine. Like, nothing happens. Alright. Forward tilt. Is there anything... You know what? Forward tilt just stays the same. I don't think anything should change with forward tilt. The only thing that I would actually think of to do is... Because the sweet spot is at his toe, well, at his boot, and then the rest of his leg is the sour spot. The only thing I could potentially change with this move is make the sweet spot bigger and the sour spot smaller. But overall, it's a very Ganondorf move. Anyone that has a bad recovery or just doesn't want to get hit by this move, because the move sends you at a really bad angle. Like, it could maybe be slightly stronger or something, but overall the move is pretty fine how it is. I think Bowser Jr. is, but that's my opinion. I just like how cool it is. And it's like the same action too. He gives you a punch as well to say, whack. Up tilt. Now, obviously, up tilt is get creative. So up tilt's a very interesting one. So obviously the wing box suction, that's whatever. It doesn't really do anything. They really destroyed the hitbox in this game. If anyone looks at Smash 4 up tilt hitbox, you could actually be at roll distance, and the sweet spot to 2-frame would be that. And it used to 2-frame everyone. In this game, it doesn't 2-frame everyone. And the sweet spot... No, not the sweet spot. The lowest hitbox that allows you to 2-frame is at his foot. So you have to be right on the ledge to like slam it. It's not even the explosion. It's the foot, which makes a crap. Like, what the hell are you doing? So I think it would be really cool if they just sped up the move. Ganondorf does a little explosion. Hello, Zambi. How you going, my friend? Oh, I love that. What's that? Who's dancing? I'm going to say that's Broly, because I see the green skirt-looking thing. His friend. I forget what his friend's name is. But it's his ear. And yeah, his purple leggings. Oh, purple... leggings? Not leggings, but you know what I mean. Bow or bow or something? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it starts with... Or is it boo? Something like that. Yeah, so up tilt, I'll just love it if he just like... You know what would be really cool? If, as he's bringing his leg down, like Samus's and Falcon, actually has a hitbox, and then he has a little explosion. Even if it's like frame 20, like it's a smash attack still, but just something, boom. Or if anyone's seen PM, where he raises it and he slams you down, and then it's so thunderous in PM. It's fantastic. But yeah, I would like to keep the explosion. Or even if it's like or even if he makes like a magic explosion or something. Up tilt should be changed completely. No instant shield break, but something useful as add a shield option or an anti-air tool. I completely agree that these moves alone, if I had to pick with Ganondorf in Smash 6, is to have a completely new moveset. Now, for anyone that is wondering, that is in the chat, stay tuned, because I'll actually show you right now. I've actually done this. This is Smash 4 Ganondorf concept, and I'm going to go through, and sorry for the spoils, if no one has first Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf. Okay? Because I wrote down the moves that he does in the game really quickly. So we have Smash 4, Smash Ultimate, Sword, Magic, Trident, Tears of the Kingdom, and then Gloom. So I'm going to go through these later on and just go through what I expect. What I would like. I'm just trying to find my mouse, sorry. There we go. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, if it's up to me, make Ganondorf, please. Not a Falcon X clone or whatever. There is a mod where they kind of changed Ganondorf's up tilt. They made it faster and you can see a combo. Oh, cool. God, the gloom and the weapon change would be cool. Yeah, absolutely. MTK, I feel like I already know the answer, but did you ever see the Project Ganondorf mod for Project... I did, all those years ago, yes. Where he had... Didn't he have two forms? He had like magic form and a sword form, if I remember correctly. It's been years. It's actually scary to think of how old PM actually is, because it came out back in Brawl. It's probably like 10 years old now. That mod thing. So yeah, yeah, up tilt, just make it quicker, make it have a hitbox up the top. That would be so funny if it like, maybe make it like forward tilt. So just imagine he puts his leg up, and as he swings it down, because you think of like, you know how Falcon spikes? Samus's up tilt is so freaking brutal because how strong it is. Imagine Ganondorf's, but it sends you at an F tilt angle. Like imagine... Like, someone tries to land above you and you just do up tilt and they just get launched at, like, Sparta kick angle. Beautiful. Technically free, but the sword form was part of the base form. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I never trialed it, but it was very, very cool. But yeah, up tilt just needs to be quicker. Even if you just keep the hitbox the same. They just make it like a smash attack. Because one thing that's really stupid about up tilt, especially in this game, is the fact that a non-charged forward smash, which is frame 30, is stronger than Ganondorf's up tilt, which is frame 60, and the hitbox is smaller. They just wanted to make the move bad. Like, you can't convince me. Pummel, that's whatever. Nair. Okay. Nair, I would say small buff. Okay? Now, most of you might be like, what are you talking about? Nair's beautiful. It's like Ganondorf's best move. There's no way that you're going to say, keep F-tilt the same, but you want a small buff of Nair. The thing is, Nair 2, beautiful. Big hitbox. It lingers for ages. It does almost everything that you need. Okay? It's like, Nair 2 carries him. The problem is, Nair 1. This move is ass. Like, it's so bad. The hitbox is relatively bad. It's got good frame data. Even if you hit someone with it and they're on the ground and you land perfectly, it is null. For anyone that doesn't know what null is, it means it's like, it's not positive or negative. And Ganondorf's got no frame data whatsoever. So when you hit someone with Nair 1, if they press any form of button, you lose. Because pretty much every single character in this game, except for like maybe 2, can outframe data you. So one thing I would probably fix is the toe hitbox of Nair 1 when you hit someone when someone's on the ground. It makes no sense that they get launched away. Like, why? Why is that even there? Doesn't make any sense. It does combo at like 0%, but you never ever, if you ever watch me land with Nair 1, I always do F-tilt because I want to surprise people with Nair 1 into F-tilt if they're at like 100, because that sort of becomes true. You got to land really good, though, for that to be true. But it doesn't happen. Because for some reason, 9 times out of 10, I'll do it and they get launched away from me and then I just do F-tilt and I just hit the air. It's, yeah, really bad. So even if they just make Nair 1 somewhat like Falcons, where it pops them up a little bit, and then you can maybe like jab them or like grab them, maybe not, and then at later percent, whatever. But yeah, you just need that little oomph for Nair 1, just to add that little flavour, because it would also help him from hitting small characters. Because Ganondorf can't really hit small characters. He's got fair, which is good, but it's not like the most, like, it's a really freaking good move, but it's not, you know. If you had to rely on that one move to hit small characters, you need it to be, like, really freaking broken, and it's not really that broken. So yeah, it just needs that little oomph to it, where you can land with Nair 1 and actually scare your opponent. That would be really nice. Alright, back throw. Wait, where is... Oh, there it is. I mean, you could get creative. You know what? I'll just say it's small buff. Or did I grab it? There we go. Bit slow, bit delayed. Back throw is like sort of fine how it is. Yeah, make it a little stronger. Me personally, I would rather forward throw to be our kill throw, because everyone has a back throw that kills. Maybe, yeah, you know what? I'll leave it and get creative. I would like it if Ganondorf had like some sort of throw like Jigglypuff or like Ness, like their forward throw, where it's like sort of set knockback. So if I grab you at 0 and I throw you back, and you get sent at a really shit angle, and it's like set distance. Like think of Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff grabs us at like 0, forward throws us. We either have to go really low or really high. If we go in the middle, she just taps us and we die because of how far we get launched. If Ganondorf could throw people at a certain distance, even at 0, that means we could get a early down air, we could get an early edge guard with like forward air or nair, and people have to get around nair. Like, that would just be... I think that would be really cool if Ganondorf had something like that. Alright, up throw. Look, up throw is actually... If anyone has seen my move tier list, I put back throw as Ganondorf's worst throw. Now, up throw is pretty good. I've been using it a lot more. Because I'll tell you what, when you up throw someone, and they're above you, they're trying to run away, and if you instantly follow where they go, they will double jump. And they're close enough to you for you to be like, be able to chase them down. Because the angle of up throw, DI wise, doesn't change that much. So that's actually really scary when you're straight above Ganon. It's sort of set knockback, which is actually really, that's what makes up throw quite good. It keeps people close enough. It probably needs less end lag, because Ganondorf sort of just stands there, and then you can move, and that's really weird. I don't know if he's just looking at his opponent, and he's just like, you're above me, bitch. Alright, I'll move now. Like, it's just got too much lag to it. But the main thing I would do with up throw is maybe make it more set knockback, but also make it do more percent. I would love it if it did more percent. Have a wonderful day today. That is the guy. He wants a story. Okay, what is there? Let's see. Story time. Oh, story time. Do you want like a... game, like Smash story, or do you want like maybe do you want a tournament story? I can tell you a little tournament story. Um, let's see. What is there? I know a couple that I usually just automatically go to. Maybe at Hyrule Saga. You know what? I'll talk about Hyrule Saga because people may not know. I live in Australia, and I got flown over for Hyrule Saga in Smash 4, and probably just seeing all the Ganondorfs were just so amazing. You know, met Verm, Litany, Raycalm, Croxinator, Rickles. Love Rickles. He was so good to just talk to. Um, Paragon. I teamed. I teamed with Paragon. And we didn't actually know this, which was very funny. This is actually the story. We did doubles, and it was me and Paragon. I actually didn't know who Paragon was when I first met him. I thought he was someone else, and then I'm like, "Oh shit, it's Paragon." You ever cosplay as Ganon? I'm not built for Ganon. I am 5'4", bald, can't grow a beard. Yeah, I would make the smallest, less threatening Ganondorf in the world. So no. Anyway, so we didn't really know each other, and the Ganondorfs just started teaming up, and then me and him teamed because we sort of had the same vibe with how we played, and I think we won round one, and then round two we had to verse Double Cloud in Smash 4, and then after the set we won, and after the set a TO came up to us and said, "Oh, did you guys verse that guy, those two, when they were playing Double Cloud?" And we said yes. And he goes, "Oh, Double Cloud's banned in doubles because if anyone knew," and me and Paragon just sort of looked at each other and going, "Oh shit, that's right. We'll take the win anyway." So it didn't mean anything, but like it was just so funny that we both didn't recognize. Hang on a minute, this team's banned. What are we doing? But we banned him anyway. Easy work. All right. Down smash. You know what? Down smash is perfect how it is. Down smash is absolutely perfect how it is. One thing. Wait, as a team or a character? As a team, you couldn't play double. Wait, was Cloud banned? Or was it double Cloud banned? I forget. But you definitely couldn't do double Cloud. I'm pretty sure you could do one Cloud, maybe. I'm not sure. I forget. It's been a while, but I do remember that. Down smash is great. I love the move. I think the frame data is really helpful. I like the fact that Ganondorf also ducks. What else is there? The one thing I've been abusing a lot when it comes to down smash, and I highly recommend for everyone that is watching to do this more. Down air at like 10 to 20%, depending on the weight of the character, or even 0, or even at like 5 if you're versing Pichu. Doing down air into down smash, and it's a true combo, is so freaking good. Because if you do that at 12%, down air does like 20, which is 32. Then you do down smash, and that's another 20%. Now that's 51. And because of the angle that they get sent at, it's like you F-tilt them at like 80. And now they got to make it back. And it's just so unbelievably brutal. The fact that the second hit can also 2-frame, which is really, really nice. Yeah, I think down smash is great. There's not much that you can do with down smash. Down throw probably just needs a small buff. I think the only thing I would probably recommend with down throw, and maybe you guys would agree with me, is to have less knockback growth. Like I said, I don't like the fact that I grab someone at 30 and I can't combo them. It would be good if it comboed up to 30 with like good DI, and then maybe after, like maybe at 50, that would be good. And then because a lot of people do DI down throw because it's quick, especially at the ledge. Wrong. Like, I do like the fact that you can do down throw bear at like 60, and if the person doesn't DI away, I would just like that there's a little bit more leeway towards getting the combo out of it. That's probably it. Forward smash. Most of these are probably just small buffs, to be honest. Let's see. Forward smash. The good old Doya. Okay, so this one, as people may not know, and especially out there for your non-Ganondorf mains out there, it is like 2 frames too slow to get any form of like true combo with Flame Choke. So if you do Flame Choke, or even Aerial Flame Choke, and the person techs it or rolls away, if you do forward smash, it's too slow. If someone, so just say you did flame choke on the ground and they tech behind you and you do forward smash, they will roll, and then as soon as they're about to get hit, they put their shield up. The only way that hits people is if they roll and they mash something that isn't shield. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure they can spot dodge. More shield stun on Doya. That would actually be pretty funny. But yeah, I think just forward smash just needs more. How do I say this? Just faster. It needs to be like frame 26 or 27, so you get flame choke reads out of it. Because like it's a little crap where like if someone takes behind you, you can run, you can dash back and do up smash. That's nice. Or you can jump and do back air. But like I said, the problem with back air is it's got quite a small hitbox. You need to know where people roll to. So like if you flame choke not Falcon, Little Mac, and he takes behind you, all you have to do is turn around and you can grab him. Like he's got a really small tech roll. And then you got like Wii Fit Trainer where rolls a freaking mile away. So forward smash just makes it a lot easier to just like, oh, you take behind me, bang, and it might miss Wii Fit Trainer because they've got the best tech roll in the game. That sort of thing. So it just needs to be a little bit faster. Oh, fix the blind spot. Come on now. Even if the sword is straight above him and not behind him, some people call it the light hitbox because you get hit by the back hit end of it. Get rid of that because then it will fix the blind spot a little bit more. But yeah, fix the blind spot and make it faster. Just by a couple of frames. Even if it kills 5% later. Just add that little quickness to it. That will make it a lot better. And maybe make it like the other sword characters smash attack. So I think like Ike, because if anyone didn't know this, when you do a move on its last frame of activity and you do a really weak move, so just say you do Sonic, spin dash, and I do forward smash, because the second last hit when the move is like there isn't going to hit Sonic, but that one when he does this last slam does, because that's the last hitbox. Is this going to be on YouTube video? Yes, it is. So if anyone in the chat wants to say hello to YouTube, go ahead. So yeah, ask me all the questions you want, because yeah, this will go on YouTube, preferably for tomorrow's daily, and then when I do the next video, that would go in. I don't know if I'll do it a week later or do it like two videos in a row. We'll see how I go. So yeah, when a move hits something on its last active frame, it clanks. And what happens is, it does like the percentage thing. So you have like Ganondorf's forward smash does 30%, Sonic's spin dash does like 0.5%. So Sonic will be in like 2 seconds of lag. You play the Elden Ring DLC. I don't even have Elden Ring. But it does look interesting. I actually don't play games too much. I'll play online Ultimate, but it's a dying game. Let's be honest. Like I go on, and as that guy he's got DK emotes. I either come across DK players or Falcon players or DK Falcon secondary players or people who just want to muck around with those characters. I just verse them characters all the time, and it's really annoying. And you've got this really small bunch of people that actually want to play and actually want to try, but that's like once every 2 weeks that I verse them. So I only play like once or twice a week now, and then that's all my like gaming thing. I'm just sort of waiting for Metro Prime 4, to be honest, and Smash 6 and F-Zero, but yeah, and whatnot. So yeah, so as for forward smash, yeah, I just want it to be slightly faster. And as I was saying with the clank thing, is when Ike hits his sword on the ground, it lingers for a couple of more frames, because it's got like I don't know if it's like a Quake hitbox or something, but Ganondorfs doesn't have that, but Ike's does. So that would help the clanking thing, where if I hit you with forward smash, you should just die to forward smash. There should be no, oh my god, he clanked, so he's going to be in 2 seconds of lag. No. Just die for me, please. So, yeah. Alright, so this one's relatively easy. Forward air, again, just buff the sweet spot. His fist is the sweet spot. His arm is the sour spot. Just make it like forward smash. Everything's the sweet spot. Just punch the bastard. Okay? That's it. Because I don't like the fact that there's a sour spot. Even though it's very hard to hit the sour spot or forward air, that's probably the easiest sour spot. That's probably the easiest sweet spot to hit out of all his moves. But yeah, unfortunately, that's all Ganondorf needs. Ganondorf probably just needs as fast as Bowser's. That would be... But yeah, I think bigger hitbox would be nice as well. Because just compare... You know what? Give him melee forward air hitbox. Beautiful. Just this disjoint son of a bitch that just comes thundering out and just whacks you. Beautiful. So yeah, that. Bigger hitbox. Ganondorf just needs bigger hitboxes. His hitboxes are tiny. Like Pikachu does back air, Ganondorf does forward air, Pikachu wins. Why? Why does Pikachu win? It's because Pikachu's small and they made his hitboxes bigger than him, only by a little bit, but that causes disjoint. Where Ganondorf is big and his hitboxes are as big as Pikachu's, but because I have a bigger hurt box, I get hit. Ganondorf's... Yes, you need to have a look at the hitbox. It's massive. It's massive. It was just really, really cool. Down tilt. Oh my god, I missed down tilt in Smash 4. This move used to be my move. Used to be my move in Smash 4. It was so incredibly good. Like, I'm not kidding. But they did something to it and it ruined it. I don't know. The hitbox is great. The frame data is great. It's a good move. The only thing that I will say is all the hitboxes need to send at the same angle. Up. Or like, you know, at that sweet spot. Like, if you hit someone with your toe, they don't go straight up. If they DI in, they go straight up. But they go slightly out. And this is mainly for flame choke reasons. When you flame choke someone and they miss tech and you do down tilt, they go on a 45-degree angle. And if the person's wanted to, you know, miss tech and they wanted to tech away, they go even on like a more of a sharper angle than that. And sometimes people die off the side to down tilt, which makes no sense, which is absurd. The only thing, if we had to get really creative with down tilt, is to make it a combo down tilt, where, like most characters, you down tilt someone, you pop them up. Imagine Ganondorf doing down tilt into forward air. Beautiful. Or even, you know, flame choke, you miss the tech, down tilt into nair. That would be beautiful. But yeah, just something to pop people up for Ganondorf. Because I feel like Ganondorf needs one of those moves just to... Because most of Ganondorf's moves sends people away. Which is fine. But if you look at all the more better characters, like you look at Dr. Mario. Why is Dr. Mario so much worse than Mario? One, he's slower. But the main thing I feel like, for me anyway, is Dr. Mario's moves send you away, where Mario's moves send you up. Like, you think of just the up air. You think of the differences between Ganondorf's up air, between Falcon's up air, and then you got Mario and Dr. Mario's up air. Who has a better up air out of those bundles? Falcon and Mario. Why? It's because the move sends them up, and it allows people to juggle. Now, imagine if Ganondorf's up air sent people up. Now, it's a bit different because I think we all love the fact when people try to run off and they try and hit you, and you double jump and you up air someone and you stage spike them because they weren't ready for it. It would just be good if Ganondorf could, like, consistently launch people up above him. Like I said, up throw is not that good, but the fact that people land right above his head, it makes people double jump, it makes people panic. So if Ganondorf had more moves that sent them up like that, would be really, really good. So it would be nice if down tilt just sent people straight up. You could go two ways. It kills better. It kills at 120. Or it's like low knockback where it like pops people up. So imagine Byleth's down tilt. You just go boom and then bang. That would be really cool. Up air. Up air, like most of these are just small buffs. Like I don't think, like I said when I started, the core problem with Ganondorf, you know what? Where is it? Whiz kick. I'm going to change whiz kick to core. The fact, like I said with Whiz Kick, if Ganondorf could go through every projectile in the game with Whiz Kick, that would fix his problem against projectiles. Like, that's probably where Whiz Kick probably should have gone, to be honest. Up air. So anyone that played Smash 4, or like Ganondorf in any previous game, his tipman was so much better. It used to be a lot lower. Bring that back, please. Once again, and this is where up air goes wrong, and it twists the sour spot and sweet spot. The sour spot is his toe, so spacing up air kills later. But if you hit people with your hip or your thigh, that's the sweet spot. Why? Why is that a thing? So, again, make Ganondorf's whole leg the sweet spot. Ganondorf should just swing, and it should just be thunderous, and you should be shitting yourself whenever he hits you. That's generally it. Yeah, that's my opinion. Not much to say with up air. The only thing I would like is that, like, when you start up air, that instead of being completely vertical, it's a little bit just a little bit down. So you can scoop opponents up. You could scoop opponents up into maybe something. But again, up air is pretty much fine how it is. Now, jab. Jab either goes into small buff or it goes into this one. Now, I'm going to put jab here. So for anyone, and I would love people to get involved in this one, okay, and share your opinion with jab. Now, I love Ganondorf's jab. I think it's fantastic. I think frame 7, quite a long move that's like safer than Chrom's jab on shield. Beautiful. The problem is, as a jab, it's not, you got down tilt. You got down tilt and you got F tilt. You got jab that's just sort of floating there. So most people would want to probably have Melee's jab, where it's just this, it doesn't have range, but it does this little frame free, get off me. That would be so good, because then that would fix a fair amount. If someone gets close to Ganon, he just get off me. Like, that's the whole point of Melee's jab, is you do a move that's safe on shield, and then if they do something, you just go, jab. Respect me, jab. And it's frame free. Needs something different. Like I said, I love jab. But yeah, it just needs frame data. Do you think they'll finally overhaul Ganondorf in Smash 6? I hope they base off his appearance in Tears of the Kingdom. Well, my friend, I will be going through that. I'll show you. I've already showed you guys this. Here we go. This is Smash 6. This is what's coming up next. So if you want to hang around, this is it. We got Smash Ultimate Ganondorf. And you see the brackets? I'm going to rank these from what I want to least want. Okay, and as you can see, Tears of the Kingdom, sorry for the spoilers, these are all the moves he does in the game. I rewatched the video and I wrote them all down. So yeah, we will be going through that later on. Okay? Alright. But yes, I would definitely want to overhaul. That's why I've done 2 different videos. I'm going to do this one. This will be uploaded for tomorrow's daily, and then that one will be coming up later. So yeah. Yeah, so jab overall, probably just think, you don't need a poking tool. You've got down tilt and F tilt. Even though F tilt's not really like a poking tool, it's still frame 10. It's got good range. It hits. It's got similar hitbox to jab. Jab and F tilt are very similar in that regard. But F tilt obviously acts more like a smash attack, power range, and angle, where jab's more like testing someone's shield, like boom, and just being safe. I would rather it just being fast. That would just give Ganondorf a get off me move, and you could like imagine tomahawking, and you just go jab, like, because you're like, oh, you're gonna drop your shield, bang, Another one would be you do flame choke and then you do jab. That should just work on everyone, boom, or something like that. Yeah, he just needs frame data. And that's what jab's about. Jab is just about frame data. Alright, I'm going to leave flame choke to last, because that's probably the biggest one. Okay, so dash attack. Dash attack is staying the same. The only thing I will change about dash attack. And this isn't even it's not necessarily dash attack's fault. It's maybe more ultimate's fault, where you can't cross over people. So, you push someone. Hurtbox collision, or whatever you want to call it, where you can't run past someone. And you do dash attack, and someone like ducks, and then you end up just pushing them. Where they might fix that, the collision box, where the way I would do it is, if you're doing a move, the collision box goes away. So if Ganondorf does dash attack and someone's crouching, Ganondorf should still be able to hit you. Could be creative. Which one? Dash attack? How would you, if it is dash attack, how would you be creative with dash attack? I would love to know what you think. But yeah, dash attack's perfect how it is. It kills, it's fast, it covers a lot. What I mean is, like, range-wise, it's got Sour Spot that combos. It's just mixing that with Flame Choke. It's just a damn good move. There's nothing wrong with it. Up Smash again. I'm just gonna say it. You don't need to fix it. It's already a very good move. The only thing I would do is take away its Sour Spot on Ganondorf's arm, fix the blind spot. And that's about it. Like, they're not really buffing it. They're just making it work. Oh, the Boar Charge. Oh, a fantastic name. I like that. The Boar Charge. Yeah, it's just this coming through move. But yes, Up Smash is freaking broken. It's really good, but it sucks when you have the blind spot, or you hit someone with the Sour Spot, and, you hit someone with the Sour Spot at like 95 and they live. That shouldn't be happening. It should be like forward smash. You get hit by that move, you're crying. You get hit by up smash, the opponent should be crying. Like, that's it. Make people cry, please, when you get hit by his forward smash and up smash. That's the only thing I would do. So even though it's like a small buff, overall, it's more like fixing it. Down air, I don't think you need to do anything with down air. I think down air is like relatively fine. The landing lag's fine. The hitbox is pretty good. Oh, probably the only thing I would probably change is, it would be very funny if they remove the Sour Spot where you do down air and you hit them with your chest and they go flying forward. Like, it's very funny. But it absolutely sucks when you verse a tall character and you do a perfect down air on the ground and they go forward. And you're just like, I wanted my down air into nair or down air into up smash kill confirm. I'm glad I'm not the only grappler whose goal is to make the opponent leave more depressed. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think down air's fine. If anything, it would be nice if down air just like killed at 0. Like, that would be the only thing I would like, is you just get hit by that move and no matter what percent you're at, you just die. Even though it kills at like 10, it's just more comical if Ganondorf hits you off stage with down air and you actually just die. It's just like, oh, well, game over. I got hit by that move. It's like Diddy Kong's down air. Or even Ganondorf's, what is it? Ganondorf's aerial whiz kick. When you spike someone, that kills at 0. You just, down you go, you're dead. If you're at the ledge. Obviously, if you're above the ledge, you live and you're fine and whatnot. Flame Choke, here we go. As for anyone may have predicted, that Flame Choke will fix Ganondorf's core issues. For Flame Choke, I don't know what I'll suggest, but the main thing I would change is not leaving Ganondorf into free fall in the air. You called it, my friend. That is exactly right. It should not put Ganondorf into free fall. If Ganondorf could do air choke, like Incineroar, that would fix his recovery a lot. Maybe not a lot, but it would help. It's like you think of Fox and Falco in the old games, in like Melee and Brawl. Was it Brawl? I think so. Where they would do side B and they go into free fall. Now they can do side B and double jump, up B out of it. A little bit more armor would be nice. It would help him so much. It's so bullshit that, yes, exactly. So Ganondorf should just not go into free fall. Like, just imagine you get launched off stage, you do side B. You're already closer to the stage. Then you can come down with a double jump. You can come down with an aerial. You can protect yourself better. You can do whatever you want. Like, It would be crazy. And like I said with Ganondorf's up B, which would be really cool, if Ganondorf could do up B, float in it, double jump, and then aerial flame choke back. Beautiful. Another one I would say is still make it mashable. I don't mind that it's mashable. All I want is that Ganondorf dies second. If people... Because then that will teach people to mash. Why do you need to double the shit with it? Like, why do you need to make it... Oh, we need to make Ganondorf die first, but also mashable. Why? Just make it mashable. But if the opponent doesn't mash out, Ganondorf dies second and he wins. Because I absolutely hate in Ultimate where you can't flame choke to the ledge, and if someone just runs off and just gets grabbed and you're on your last stock, that pretty much gets taken away. You can't flame choke towards the ledge on your last stock, or else you actually just die. What if they angled dive kick? Are you saying aerial whiz kick? With that one? Like in Smash 4, where you go on an angle? Like, that would be cool. But me personally, I would rather aerial flame choke with these buffs. I feel like this would be a lot better. Another thing that I would really much like, and that's fair enough. Look, if Ganondorf could do aerial whiz kick and he goes on an angle, that's pretty cool. I just think it's too committal. When it comes to the kill confirm, yes. Yes, and this guy knows... This guy must have read my notes. He's called me out twice now. Yeah, over 100, flame choke should be untakeable. And some people may be like, oh, that's bullshit. It's Ganondorf. He should be killing you below 100 anyway. What's wrong with flame choke into F-tilt? And F-tilt doesn't kill everyone above 100. He has to grab you at the ledge. Same with flame choke into dash attack or down tilt. That doesn't kill you. But that would be really cool. If you had 100%, you just can't take flame choke. So then that will give him a kill confirm. Like, why are you getting grabbed? Like first of all, you're at 100%. You should be dying before that. But Ganondorf should be rewarded, because at the moment, flame choke's reward is just not enough, I feel. It's you got to go for a read, which is very Ganondorf based, which I love. I absolutely love that flame choke is on Ganon, and it's a read based move, and you can really destroy people when you get those reads. But I would like it that once the opponent's at over 100, you don't have to rely on the read anymore. You just go, okay, I grabbed you at 100, bang. It's like Snake. He grabs you at 170. All right, down throw into up tilt. I'm dead. You're done. Ganondorf should have the same thing. He flame choked you and you're going, shit. And then down tilt, dash attack, whatever, and you just die. And you're like, oh, well, you know what? GG, he got me. Ganon not being put into free fall by side B would also make aggressive flame chokes edge get... Yes, exactly. He could go off. Or even do what SkyJ does, where he when someone's cornered and someone's going to jump out of shield. You jump and do side B. Because the only way Ganondorf can do that is... You have to know where the spacing is, because if you miss the ledge, you just die. But also, if you land on stage, you lag a lot. So yeah, Ganondorf just needs that. Don't go into freefall. Dude, complaining about flame choke being untakeable when moves like Rob's berries exist. Yeah, exactly. People can't really complain about some things. Oh, and that is one thing that would be very funny, is aerial whiz kick buries people. Shit. And then Ganondorf's just like, that's right, bitch. Because you lag that much. Like, it's like, I won't lie, aerial whiz kick, like, that's just more of a funny thing. It's just good that aerial whiz kick breaks shields. If it didn't break shields, the risk reward is just not there. But yeah. That would help Ganondorf off stage. It would help his pressure. It would help his recovery game. It would also make people scared of him when he's on his last stock. He could be on 110. And you're on 0. And if Ganondorf flame chokes you, he wins. Like, that just adds... Up tilt should bury. I like the way you think. That's fantastic. Yeah, Ganondorf just goes bang! And you... And Ganondorf's just like... Does the taunt and then just whacks you. Beautiful. That would be pretty funny. But yeah. So the main things Ganondorf needs out of all of this to fix his core issues is whiz kick to go through projectiles. Jab to be faster, even if you lose range. It needs a different function, because you got F tilt and down tilt, doing sort of things what jab's doing. Because Jab is amazing at like, you know, shield poking, to just go, I'm gonna jab your shield, and I want to see what you're gonna do. But down tilt does the same. And then flame choke, just don't go into free fall. That helps with recovery. Beautiful. Whiz kick should have Bowser's ass slam power to make it worth it, or berry. Yeah, fair enough. And then obviously aerial whiz kick. You know, one thing that I would actually like to see in aerial whiz kick is, even though it's very disrespectful, the spike hitbox is very cool, but either do two ways. Pick one. Make it spike throughout the whole thing like melee, which would be absolutely insanity, but you know, let's go Ganon. Or just make it always send people up. Because in Ultimate, because the hitbox is so small, when you go for the spike hitbox, you don't get it. You just don't get it. It's so weird and bizarre. So yeah, that's my list. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. And then obviously this is for YouTube. So yeah, anyone in YouTube world, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think should be done. What should deserve bigger buffs or anything. You know what? Maybe let's think of bigger buffs for things. I chose the spike, hell yeah. Just all the way through spike hitbox. Okay, what deserves a big buff? Like, what deserves a bigger buff? I mean, Nair 1 being effective is actually a pretty big buff, I won't lie. Whiz kick with multi-hit. You know what? In Smash 4, Flame Choke had two variations. I totally forgot about this. What were the variations? So one variation was, it wasn't a command grab. I think it was like Flame Wave or something. And it was a multi-hit move, but Ganondorf used to go further. That wasn't... It helped his recovery because it went further. But because it wasn't a command grab, it made him not that great. The other one, though, where Ganondorf used to pick you up and then he used to explode you, but instead of going down, he used to go up. And it used to kill. Ganondorf's taunt, make it buff him or something. Yeah, look, if there is something like what we're going to go on to, which we're going to talk about, yeah, that would be for something else. But for his moves, this is the list. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it as that, though, guys. Alright, so thank you all for tuning in. Leave comments below. And, yeah, I'll get back to you with the next video. Bye.